Hello, everybody. It's Saturday night, and I just wanted to give everyone an update as we're way past 3,000. I've been getting a lot of questions, unbelievable support, so I just want to answer some of the questions I've been receiving. One person wanted to know, he wants to see the data, that he understands emotional pleas, but he's all about data. Show me the data. So, yeah, the data is overwhelmingly convincing. First of all, I actually had a conference call, 15 sellers got together, totaling over $500 million a year of sales. All of them suspended for a minute amount of rights owner complaint. Some of them, the rights owners retracted and they were still suspended. And on top of that, I'm aware of the amount of sellers are suspended. With account managers, not the exact number, but it's extremely, extremely high, and the data is overwhelming. I'm not going to give the exact numbers that I have. I don't have exact numbers, but this petition is based on data. Another point I want to point out is I haven't had one large seller selling brands that has disagreed. And now imagine I would be doing a petition stating that Amazon should allow fake reviews. Now all the good sellers will of course shoot me because they work so hard with PPC and providing great value. It's unfair that I'm helping sellers that are getting fake reviews. In this case, if you're a legit seller, you should be thrilled with what Amazon is doing because it's taking care of all the sellers selling counterfeit. Not one seller, not even one from across the world, has said, Ed, this is great, and Amazon is clearing house, and now only the legit guys can sell. So clearly, Amazon is taking down legitimate sellers. People have asked me, and one more point on that, most of the brands who you speak to, even though they want to take off sellers unfairly, when you actually speak to them, they don't want the sellers suspended for everything else. They say the same thing, shut the ASIN, not the seller. Somebody asked me if it's a scam because at the end of the petition they asked me to donate. I actually have no idea where that came from. Change.org, when a petition goes viral, even every petition, they give you an option to donate. I actually donated myself. I didn't know at the time what I was donating for, but I looked into it and they actually push it if you donate a few dollars. So if you want to donate, you're welcome to donate, but no, it's not a scam, and no, I'm not getting this money. I actually donated myself. Some other people said, why shut the whole ASIN? Just shut the listing. If a brand files that a certain seller is selling trademarked items and is violating their IP, why shut the whole ASIN? So I thought it was implicit. What I meant was shut the listing, and it's just a catchy buzzword, shut the ASIN, not the seller. But yeah, I agree with that they should just shut the listing, and there's no reason why, certainly if the brand lets you sell, why you shouldn't be allowed to sell. A couple of people asked me, like, why am I going against my own self-interest, right? I'm helping suspended sellers, so it should be great. I should be happy that, a lot of suspended sellers are coming to me. So, first of all, Amazon's culture seems to be very into pushing for social advocacy. They want people associated with Amazon to stand up for what's right. They're involved in the forefront of many social justice movements and they actually push it. I do feel like I got a lot of the Amazon culture in me, and like I said, tens of thousands of people are being affected by this. Other people, a lot of times people don't care about businesses. They say these are rich guys and let them suffer. First of all, I don't know why you would want anybody to suffer, but some people, I guess, don't like business people. I want to say that when they suffer in these suspensions, the first people who end up losing are the people on the bottom, the warehouse guys, and those are quite often immigrants, minorities, disadvantaged. So when you bring down these sellers, the ones that are getting hurt, everyone gets hurt, everyone, but the ones that get hurt the most are immigrants and people which we all should care about, and that's another reason of why I'm doing this. A lot of people said that the number which I said, that humongous sellers that get like one or two rights owner complaints, they shouldn't be taken down. And they thought that I was implying that the little guys I don't care about, that Amazon should. Actually, the most vocal supporters of this petition were little guys who were doing retail arbitrage. And I didn't imply that I don't care about the little guys and that Amazon should squash you guys. I just said let's take care of the low-hanging fruit. And of course, the entire rights owner issue is something that has to be dealt with. And definitely, you should just shut the ASIN, but definitely not the seller, even if you're little guys. Other people didn't like that I said that it's okay to be taken advantage of for the rights owner. They said we should fight that too. The point of this petition is to get a consensus. I think every single seller I've spoken to, without even one exception, who's selling brands, has agreed that it's overbearing, the situation with the rights owners. Every single consultant that I've spoken to has agreed. Every account manager at Amazon has agreed that this is not the way, and every brand has agreed, or just about every brand that I've spoken to has agreed that they don't necessarily want to bring down the whole business, they just don't want the seller to keep selling that ASIN. Now, if we should concede that or not, like I said, this is not, we're not looking to fight every battle here, and these are things which could be worked out. A lot of things are situational. This is only about one very, very narrow issue. Should a very large company, a very large business with one or two rights owner complaints, which are 100% not vetted, should that bring down the whole business? And we seem to all agree that no, and that's really the message I'm trying to get out. I'm going to stop this petition when it hits a certain number, at 10,000 or so. There's no need to spike the football. I think the point was made out that I want it to be an endless bash fest. I don't want it to be any bash fest. I welcome any critique. If anybody has any critique to anything we're saying, and I'm always looking to be self-critical, let me know if there's any point in which I was wrong, and I'll be happy to correct it. Thank you very much.